Good evening, Contest of Champions. We are here for the 2021 NFL season. Can you believe it? This is production value right here.
Production value this
You
year,
should be
boys and
seeing
girls.
me. You should be seeing Anthony.
Your lovely hosts for this evening.
Over there. Listen, we do these little reviews. They're supposed to be fun. They're for you guys. We're going to start off.
Don't lie to the people. They're for us.
We're going to start off looking at a couple of the matchups. You know, a lot of this will kind of bleed over from our draft review. But it'll be good to just kind of get familiar with the teams. I see some good name changes out there. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
I'm going to need Evan and Craig, even David. Step it up, guys. Come on. Put a little effort into your names.
Everybody
right?
else. Travis didn't change his name. This is from last season. Everybody else.
Listen.
Also, Greg. Talk about this later. This guy's hanging on to a pipe dream.
Listen,
a dream
Greg's
from another
season.
Man.
He's got a lot of stuff going on.
Internationally known, as they say.
That's right, Mr. Worldwide. All right. I'll let you go ahead. Take us to our first matchup.
First matchup. I'm driving the show this year, boys and girls. So all my matchups
like,
first.
All my games go first.
Yeah, I always had to wait till the end, so my games go first. Like your games went first last year. We have a no holds barred PoE battle. Me and Travis will be battling it out week 1 for Exile Supremacy. Now
Pillars of Eternity.
Pillars of Eternity. Now, I'll immediately point out I have to do some things with my roster. So while this projection looks close, I'm actually more like a 5-point favorite based on Ryan Tannehill and Zach Wilson's differential. I'll just want to point that out for the record. Ryan Tannehill is my starting quarterback. I just can't give anybody a free agent, so you'll see me make a drop on Saturday afternoon.
Scanning these rosters, I'm looking at a potentially healthy DeAndre Swift. I'm looking at.
It's terrifying. We got that news this morning. I'm not a fan.
A potentially unhealthy Darrell Henderson. Listen.
Darrell Henderson starting week 1. Not injured. He'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Listen. Right off the bat, and I've said this before. You got a strong team. I mean, I think you got Dalvin Cook against Cincinnati. That's gonna be gross.
Big fan of that matchup. Let me tell you.
Raheem Mostert going crazy over Detroit.
Raheem Mostert, healthy week 1. That's all I need for this one. We'll see if he gets the whole game. I'm not so sure.
I mean, the only obviously giant red flag for you. I mean, Christian McCaffrey against the Jets. Travis has got to be banking on
this one's going to break my heart and soul in more than one way.
He's going to need to score 30 points. I think that's a reasonable assumption to make here.
Yeah, I'm also terrified of the quarterback up here. While I do have Ryan Tannehill and I'm supposed to project to win, Atlanta, paper, just wet tissue paper. Terrible. Defense. Jalen Hurts, athlete. He's gonna score. What it's really I'm looking at, and I think special teams, boys and girls.
Honestly,
this guy's out here starting a defense against the Seattle Seahawks. Who does he think he is?
But he has Mr. Money, Justin Tucker. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
that's an easy 9. I mean, let's lock it up right now.
Lock him up for 9. That's fine. My defense is going to score 30, so we're fine. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's going to get sacked 18 times. Should have drafted Penei Sewell.
Shout out to my Joe Burrow truthers. They believe. Listen, this is going to be a tough one.
I still have a starter sit wide receiver 2 decision to make. Not sure if Laviska Shenault is the starting wide receiver. It might be Courtland Sutton. Probably won't be Marquez Callaway, but it might be Courtland Sutton.
Listen, personally, I'm a big fan of Courtland Sutton. Everyone knows this. If you don't start him,
this
kind of a griefer.
Laviska Shenault's playing the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's good. It's good.
I got a piece of hair in my face.
But is it great? I don't know.
No, it's not great. Overall, don't forget, get your picks in. Let's get that money together. Let's get this pool. Let's pick 'em time. Overall, I like my matchups better. Again, Arizona, Ryan Tannehill, not Zach Wilson, Carolina. Even though I think Zach Wilson do fine. Not fantasy fine though. This is a late season hold. I think Dalvin Cook matches Christian McCaffrey is the hope, and then
that's the dream.
I mean, hey, it's a crapshoot from there. Travis does not have a
yes.
bad team. His team could easily outscore me here. I'm gonna pick myself. Of course, I'm the favorite. It's me. Hopefully, San Francisco just raffle stomps Detroit, and the George Kittle Raheem Mostert stack just ices it for me.
There
Let's
is
go,
some
Chicago Bears defense.
there are some really tough matchups for Travis.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I think both teams are equal in terms of strength. I think I win the matchup battle this weekend.
I do think it does lean that way for
Oh
sure.
my God, there is.
I mean that San Francisco Detroit game is going to be, I feel, one-sided.
Yeah,
Who's
I think
who's
a lot
to
of.
say?
I mean, hey, Jacksonville beat the Colts week 1 last season. Am I right? All right. I think that
Hmm.
wraps up this one.
I think that wraps it up. I think we're moving on.
Wow, you do get to go second here today. Grudge match.
Love that.
Our new Maryland boy with a new name
Wow.
takes
Listen,
on
on
Waters Damage. And man, does this hit home after like last weekend or a couple weeks ago, whatever it was.
on the day that I will be moving Kyle into his home, we will be battling it out. Listen.
And they're also playing fantasy football against each other this week.
Listen, we are
low-hanging fruit.
We are looking at these projections, and I'm thinking, listen,
I am looking at these matchups right
I'm
now.
a little
I'm
inflated.
losing my mind with this piece of hair.
I feel
on my
that.
nose.
I'm pretty favored.
I'm
feeling good. I'm feeling good about
looking
my
at
team.
Josh Jacobs not
Can't lie.
practicing today. That's not good.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah,
What?
Josh Jacobs.
Veteran rest day
Veteran. That's what the media is
week
chalking
one?
it up to. We'll see.
for week 1. Yeah.
Week
Oh,
1
that
veteran rest day. Could be.
Sounds awful. Sounds awful. Listen,
who we got here?
you know,
What's going on?
I like my matchups.
I mean, I was
think
terrified of
Cavalier's
this
gonna have a
matchup a
great
minute
game.
ago on the other side. I'm terrified on this side too. This game fits to be. I don't know if you guys remember. Years ago, there was like an NFC Conference Championship game. Atlanta and Philly. It was like 44-41. You guys remember that game? That's what's gonna happen here this weekend. And just this is terrifying. I would not like this if I were Kyle.
The real question is, how hard do Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins go? Very hard, medium hard, soft.
Wow, the real question might actually be who is the number 1 wide receiver in San Francisco? That's a big swing matchup there. If all of a sudden one of these guys puts up 8 and the other one puts up 24, regardless of which way it goes.
I'm a Debo truther, and listen, is Brandon Ayuk even healthy?
I don't know. He practiced in full yesterday or 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, he returned to practice.
Hamstrings can be tricky.
Hamstrings.
They sneak up on you. You never know when you're gonna get them. You know. Listen, I'm gonna vote for myself.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with you.
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
I'll tell you what, the key to victory is the quarterback matchup here. If Dak Prescott rolls out against that powerhouse Tampa Bay defense, and let's just say the Cowboys get shut down, it's possible.
Right. Possible.
All of a sudden, you got a star
We'll
quarterback throws up like a 13. Ooh, it's going to be an uphill battle, but I don't think, you got the defensive win this week. Kyle's picking Washington. That's the season-long pick. Great defense, but against the Chargers, that's going to be a tough matchup. A lot of faith in the rookie Jamar Chase. Let's see what the bench has got going on. Wow, Kyle, he could fire up Kenny Golladay against Denver.
And
you could fire up Chase Claypool. That's not locked in. Chase Claypool or Deebo Samuel or Chase Claypool.
I'm really going for the projection.
I assume I would go the same way. But
here's the thing: Jamar Chase, listen, getting a lot of flack.
Boom.
I'm
bust. Who
knows? Kind of feeling him a little bit.
I'm not. Minnesota's going to shut down the Bengals. 10 sacks.
Listen, you heard it here first, folks.
10 sacks. Aaron Jones for a milli. I am going to pick you to win. I think it's too much. It's too much to overcome for Kyle here. I think. Again, team's good. Matchup maybe no bueno. Does Nick Chubb get game scripted out of this game? Kareem Hunt?
Could be a Kareem Hunt game, yeah.
Could be a Kareem Hunt game. Darren Waller's going to have to carry this team. Darren Waller in the 1-2 punch. And there's a reason he drafted that 1-2 punch. I'm going with you here.
I'm thinking DJ Moore is going to score more touchdowns in this game than he has all of last year. Thoughts?
Didn't he have 3 touchdowns last season? No shot. More? Maybe he'll push, but more? He's gonna score 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay, I don't know about that one. I'll take. We put money on that one because I will take your bet on that one.
Maybe later. Off camera.
All right.
Moving on.
We've got Jeremy versus Evan. A tale as old as
Oh.
time.
Wow. A classic matchup, really.
A classic matchup. For those who watched the draft rundown, and nobody did, it was 2 hours long. Why would you? Jeremy has called his shot that Evan will win this game.
He was very humble, but also a little superstitious.
He was extremely critical of Evan's
Here's
team,
the
and
thing,
then went,
right?
"I'm gonna lose."
I'm looking at Evan's team. He might be able to win.
I'm just looking at Justin Jefferson at that Cincinnati.
Looking at Justin Jefferson, looking at little Devonta Smith. I don't know,
Joe Mixon at Minnesota. Don't love that. Don't
love
that.
Love Myles Gaskin.
Is
by the
Devonta
way.
Smith the truth? Needs him to be.
There's
Needs him to be.
Evan's got a lot of oomph here.
I hate this. It's gross.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't look good. That's for sure. I think the Cleveland's going to be a great defense, but not week 1.
Not week 1.
I mean, they might pick up a couple sacks. They also might give up 40 points.
That's true. What else is going on? Nothing really
right.
for Evan. It's pretty much locked in. Anything for Jeremy? Any decision making? Could be Melvin Gordon over Jerry Jeudy.
It's that flex spot.
Which Jeremy, big Denver Bronco guy, Jeremy.
He loves him. He loves the Denver
Which
Broncos.
Denver Bronco does he start? He's going with Jerry Jeudy,
here's
which
the
is
thing.
sus.
Potential hot take. Melvin Gordon's the start.
The Giants secondary is good. It's a
Melvin
good
Gordon's-
secondary.
Melvin Gordon's the start.
I
Lock
think
it
in a game like this, where you've got a projection lead like this, I think it's Melvin Gordon. I want the
it's Melvin
touches.
I mean, listen. You don't have to listen to us. I'm just saying. If you want to win.
Evan's got a big piece of my overpick this weekend. Philly, Atlanta. Is Kyle Pitts the truth? Is this person the truth week 1?
Oh, honestly?
Is Najee Harris the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Are the Jaguars the truth? James Robinson, does he get all the touches he got last season? Who knows?
He might have a great game.
Might have a great Houston. I mean,
this is a tough matchup.
Wow, might come down to this Chicago Bears defense out here. They shut down those LA Rams. That's a good defense. Tyler Lockett, bust. I see the pathway for our hero Evan. The pathway is like just bust up here.
Does he get destroyed by his own Tyler Lockett? That's the question. That's the question I want to know.
Based on everything I know about fantasy football, the answer is yes. No. I also hate Myles Gaskin against New England. I don't know. So far, we're picking favorites, and I don't like it, but for me, it's another favorite. I just don't see. Jeremy's gonna have to beat himself.
It's true. It's very
I don't see the Evan for 130 avenue here.
Here's the thing. This might be a bold take. I'm taking Evan.
I mean, yeah, it is a bold take, but
I'm doing it.
It's all you.
Got to differentiate.
Got to win. You can't take all the same things.
Goddamn right.
All right, next. Dan.
Evan, change your name. You're not last place.
Facts.
You weren't last place last year.
Or the year before that.
Yeah.
Dan. Craig.
Tea time with Mahomes.
I can't make it bigger. I'm sorry, but that is your name.
I like that. Right off the bat, I'm looking at these two teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're all doing. We're looking at the teams. Do you have any takes about them? Or
Here's the thing.
Keep talking about how you're looking at the teams.
Listen. I'm looking at these teams, right? I'm especially looking at the matchups for David Montgomery.
Yeah.
And Allen Robinson.
I'm looking at a lot of real bad running back matchups in this whole series. Everything.
Like Derrick Henry.
Everything. And then
Arizona.
And then
Arizona
there's
front seven.
this guy.
Not that good. Not that good.
Is the monster.
That's right.
But
will he wake
it's only
up?
September.
That's
Derrick Henry, the Yeti as he is known in some circles.
Wake me up when September
It's
ends.
not November yet. And that is when Derrick Henry eats. Now, don't get me wrong. His man's going to drop 25 points. So, It is terrifying looking at Dan's team, now identifying that he has Patrick Mahomes and Derrick Henry. That's 50 points every week.
Easy.
Every week. What a floor. And he's got Allen Robinson. That's 65 points every week.
Listen, all I remember from last year when the Bears played the Rams and Allen Robinson played against Jalen Ramsey.
Good player.
Allen Robinson actually did okay. Not like super
Allen
great.
Not a bad player.
Allen Robinson's a good player, but I just don't know how that's gonna work.
I just think the Red Rifle's getting hammered in this one.
I think he's gonna be dead. He's gonna be absolutely murdered.
I think a lot of people are under the impression that they are rolling Andy Dalton out week 1 to get lit up so they can cushion Justin Fields into the Cincinnati matchup week 2. And he'll be back next week. Or back. He'll be out next week.
Listen, I
else
love
am I looking at here?
I love David. I love David Montgomery. I don't know. Let me ask you this.
Does the stack just destroy it though? Well, I mean, Devontae Adams comes out and catches 2 touchdown passes. What happens?
Yeah. I mean, also, I think Mike Evans is gonna have a really nice game this Thursday.
I think Chris Godwin hurt, by the way.
I saw that.
As of today, is Chris Godwin 100%? Mike Evans for a milli. Dallas secondary very bad.
Craig's matchups are
not good.
No, Craig's matchups are really good.
No, they're not. New Orleans is a great defense, and so does Indianapolis, and so does Miami.
But are they? Like really?
They're a top half defense. I mean, to be fair, there's no bad matchup. There's no bad matchup for Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, for the record.
Right, exactly.
But 50% chance of precipitation. Don't forget, this game is not in New Orleans. It's in Jacksonville. Weather factor. Aaron Jones. Eat.
I like that. Big like. This is definitely a tough
Miami defense. This is the toughest one so far for me.
Here's the thing. Does it come down to special teams? Does Miami defense?
You've gone past 1 point. One important point. Adam, week 1, Thielen against Cincinnati. Lock that guy in for 2 touchdowns. Especially because I know, just as everybody knows, talk shit about a player, get bodied by the player. And no one has been a bigger hater of Adam Thielen this offseason than Dan.
Wow.
And those are the rules.
Is that true? Is that true? Can we verify that?
Nobody's been a bigger hater than I've talked to. Play the clip.
Okay, fair enough.
Play
the clip.
Editor, play the clip.
Anyway. Yikes. This is a tough one. I don't know. Who are you going with this? Because I don't know. How many points? Legitimately, how many points do you think Mr. Santoso? I don't
think it matters.
Who knows? Does he get against the Jets? Like a lot?
Not that much. Not that many more than Robbie Gould against Detroit. I mean.
I know. It's tough. Very tough.
I mean, and then with the defenses, you got the same thing. I think Miami is going to be great against rookie quarterback New England.
They should.
But
they should be.
Is Tampa Bay good enough to just shut down Dallas? I don't think so. But they could be. Shut down Patrick Mahomes.
I think Mr. T.J. Hawkinson.
Love it
or hate it. Who scores more points, T.J. Hawkinson or Logan Thomas?
Wow.
Real talk.
Who falls in the end zone? I mean, it's the ultimate tight end question.
Oh, really?
And I'd have to go with Logan Thomas. I think Washington is going to be more. I mean, Detroit might score 6 points. You know? I could see San Francisco winning that game 31-6. That could happen. Don't forget also, this is an even worse matchup for Detroit when you think about it. San Francisco's been playing against Jared Goff twice a year for the last 3 years. They know Jared Goff. And now, everything around Jared Goff is worse. I mean, the question to me is, do the stars come out? Which I don't think it has anything to do with role players here. I think it's which stars come out. Is it Patrick Mahomes and Derrick Henry, or Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams?
Wow. This is a discount double check matchup right here.
I think, and here's what I think. I think Tennessee is going to air it out week 1. I think they're going to show off flashy new Julio Jones. They're going to show off this combo. Arizona has a weak secondary for the last few years. I don't know if they've gotten better this year. I don't really know. I think
Buda
it's going to
Baker's
come
the
down to
truth.
that. I think Devontae Adams, he's going to find the end zone at least once. That's what he does. Man. And can Cleveland contain Patrick Mahomes? Contain him. Only scores 3 touchdowns instead of 4 or 5? T. Higgins? I don't know. I don't want to pick Craig. I like the players on Dan's team more.
Listen, I have made my decision.
Oh my god. Who did you pick? You can go
I'm
first
not
once in
gonna,
a
I'm not,
while.
I'm not going to share that information.
Why do why do I have to go first every time?
You'll have to find out next week.
That's bullshit. I used to announce my picks every week to the viewers.
You'll just have to find out next week.
I can't pick these running backs in these matchups. It's Dan for me. I'm sorry, Craig. I'm sorry, Devontae. I just can't. I just don't. These defenses are good. And Dan is Miami D. Next up, he who shall not be named, and Mr. Bender. Change your name. You're not down with
This is a
Is this the blowout of the week?
This has to be.
What were our we had segments last year. I don't remember what they were. Upset of the week and like blowout of the week? Is that what they were? Were they just simple?
Is this a repeat of last year's championship? Is that correct? Greg Verspender, most positive, second and first.
You all right? No, Jeremy came in second.
What? Oh, Jeremy. And
Evan came in third. I'm pretty sure Jeremy sniped a win from Greg in the semis.
Listen, these two teams heading into the playoffs of last year were
they were the fan favorites. That's for
monstrous. Monstrous. They were pushing people out of the way left and right.
They were the 1 and 2 seed, if I remember correctly. These were the first round buys from last season. That might be what you're thinking of.
I think that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, looking at their teams now, I'm gonna be very honest, just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Looking at these matchups,
there's a lot to overcome here.
I'm gonna and listen, and obviously the point projection is like pretty lopsided. I'm gonna instantly slam Bender here, just looking at what he's got in the starting lineup and the matchups that they have.
Yeah.
That being said, Justin Herbert against Washington, that could be pretty tough.
Yeah.
It could be pretty tough.
But
it directly correlates to Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think Terry McLaurin, I'm a big believer.
Yeah, of course.
A little biased.
Alvin Kamara to the moon. Latavius Murray got cut today, for those who don't know. To the moon. We love that.
If Aaron Rodgers starts throwing points up, Kamara's going to have to answer. I'm just saying. Mark Andrews versus the Raiders?
Mark Andrews got the bag today. Oh my God.
Are
you think they're not throwing to that man? He's got $1 bajillion now. They paid him for a reason.
Yeah. I don't know. This, I feel like this is going to get out of hand.
And the Rams defense? I mean, Rams defense is just the difference maker for me.
No.
As good as I think this team is, the matchups are not there this week for Greg. Can he do anything about it?
I don't know.
I'm looking at these backups.
I think it's going to be a tough week. Tough week for Zeke. He's walking into a pretty tough defense.
Yeah.
Julio could have a great game. It's possible.
Like I said, I believe in the air it out in this game, but
I think it's really going to come down to the kickers.
It's not
Youngway in a dome. Tyler Bass outside Buffalo.
Let me ask you this question. First of all, it's Buffalo. Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Pittsburgh defense, real or fake? Oh, 11-0 Pittsburgh defense from last season. Real or fake? Real.
Gotta be real.
Got Stephon Diggs against Pittsburgh. He getting shut down?
No.
All right. No. Fake then.
No. I mean, I think they have great pass rush, great safeties. I don't think their corners are very good.
Robbie Anderson scores at least 1 touchdown in his homecoming against the New York Jets. It's not a homecoming. They're not in New York, but revenge game. Robbie Anderson catches at least 1 touchdown.
Now listen, Los Angeles Chargers defense. They could have like 3 pick sixes against Washington.
That's true.
Who knows?
Give me more Atlanta Philly matchups, Greg. Give me Russell Gage over Chase Edmonds.
Wow.
Or Michael Pittman against Seattle, honestly.
There's a lot of
Maybe
There's
I
a
like
lot of
either one of these
guys
players
you
more than
could
Chase
slot in.
Edmonds. Chase Edmonds might be great though. I have no idea what to think about Chase Edmonds. I haven't been a fan of him all offseason, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm very open to being proven wrong there. I just don't think he looked that good last season when he came in relief. I was an owner last year. He didn't pass the eye test for me, and that's the only problem I have. Yeah, the
We're gonna
pathway
find
to
out.
victory for Greg is very clearly Fitz bad. Like if Fitzmagic comes to play, it's a
Sure.
wrap. It's a
Right.
wrap. McLaurin's going to score. Your defense is going down. It's a wrap. Does the Gus Bus eat against the Raiders?
He might.
Probably. But
Very well might.
Kamara's going to eat against Green Bay. Kamara's going to eat against literally every defense in the NFL this year. It doesn't matter. They're going to give him the ball 20 times. There's too much to
I've made
overcome
my
here.
decision.
It's Bender. There's too much to overcome
Yeah.
here.
Feelings
Tom
have
Brady
been
for
here.
6 touchdowns is the pathway to victory.
The reigning champ
Yeah,
might
defense is week
start
1
off hot. We shall see.
Yeah. If Tom Brady touchdowns. Like if Tom Brady has 5 touchdowns against the paper thin Dallas defense, I can see it happening.
I'm looking at
What are we looking at?
Nathan's picture.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I like it.
Is that DK Metcalf's face?
I don't know. I'm not actually 100% sure on that. I just think it's
Doing
a
a
good
deep
picture.
dive in here. Zoom and enhance. Zoom and enhance.
Could be future state Batman. I don't know.
Zoom and enhance.
All right. Here we are.
That's
David
definitely not
versus
Photoshop. That's just a picture that he
Nathan.
found. So
These are two best buds battling it out.
YOLO.
David, can we talk about changing your name? Like, let's rap for a second, bud.
Yeah.
I
What
really
should he
feel
change his
like...
team to? Honestly,
Wow. Let's give an idea.
I would love to see just Hero out here every week. It's so David. It fits. It's the one word. He could leave it uncapitalized, but it would still be fresh and new. I would love to see just that every week you just have to look in the eyes of Hero and try to dominate that. You can't. It's just too much.
It's very on brand. It's very on brand.
What else? I mean, he could go with some sort of classic pun like everybody else.
Here's the thing. This is what I want personally.
Mm-hmm.
David, I would like you to somehow incorporate Gasick E into your name somehow. You're a doctor, sick, you get it, combine it, make it happen. Okay?
Wow.
I think honestly, if he can make it work, it'd be pretty impressive. Just saying, get that done. That's a free pick'em if he can make that work.
It's a free pick if he can make that work.
All right, looking at the actual teams, Nathan, for and we've talked about this before, the third year in a row, it's like a Russell Wilson DK Metcalf stack.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll tell you what. For me, this is easy.
You feel pretty straightforward.
I feel pretty straightforward for me. I don't want to lock it in yet. I'll let you go through the paces, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking after that.
I'm concerned. I'm looking at David's team, and I don't feel so good.
You don't feel so good, Leonard Fournette.
We got Leonard Fournette as one of our starting running backs. I don't like that right now.
Kareem Hunt?
Maybe. Against the Chiefs? Tactical passes? It's tough to say. I mean, the problem is, listen, you're rocking a Leonard Fournette with Chris Godwin against Dallas, really capping your upside. You're rocking Edwards-Helaire with Tyreek Hill, also capping your upside. I mean,
now
stuff.
You say capping your upside. Both of those points, both of those games might easily
be massive shootouts.
Be like shootouts.
Sure.
And then
possible.
you could see both of those games like Tampa Bay wins 34-31, Chiefs win Chiefs that game could literally be like 50-40. And you'd be like, yeah, we saw that coming. That wouldn't be that surprising. So, you're right. You're capping your upside by locking yourself into one game, but hey, if that game's a root and toot and shootout, upside looks pretty good to me.
I don't know. I look across. It's got San Francisco against Detroit.
Yeah. It's got New England against Miami, though. Don't sleep on New England defense.
Listen, I'm getting a little dreary here. Okay, I'm not that impressed. Not yet.
That's fair.
I know they brought some people back. I don't know.
I'm not allowed to not be impressed. 20 years of emotional scarring.
Get bullied.
Get bullied.
Listen,
We're gonna differ here.
Are we?
To me, this is an easy David slam lock.
Whoa!
I
Really?
hate every single matchup on Nathan's starting lineup. Every single one. Except for
Listen.
the Goddard Atlanta play, because I've been
I
talking
want
that
you to
game
know,
up.
I've already locked it, Nathan.
All right, I'm gonna lock in David, and I'll tell you why I think it's David.
All right, go ahead.
Indy defense,
Mhm.
Tampa Bay defense.
Mhm.
Someone please let the Denver Broncos have a good game, and so people can stop sleeping on this top 10 NFL defense.
Very strong.
Top
Very strong.
10. Washington defense against Eckler. Like, you're talking about Indy, Tampa Bay, Denver, and Washington might all finish in the top 10 in terms of NFL defenses this season. All five of them. All four of them. Dallas Goedert is the backup tight end. Backup. Zach Ertz is still on the team. And he wears a Captain C. Juju in Buffalo? Hey, Buffalo. Not a slouch defense. Not a slouch defense.
Not a slouch. Not a slouch. Play lots of zone.
Play lots of zone. You know what zone's good against? It's a lot.
Short underneath, yeah.
Honestly, I think I'd like to see Brandon Cooks against Jacksonville out there instead of that old Juju Smith-Schuster pick. But I know we went at it in the draft, and Nathan is a Juju truther. Nathan believes in the Juju this season.
He loves those dances.
That's certainly.
Loves the TikTok.
I saw you see his bag. He's bagging for him in those Eagles. I saw the TikToks on Instagram.
He's a big. Nathan loves the TikTok. All right.
But if it does come down to special teams, which you think it might, man, you'd imagine Nathan's going to win the special teams battle. I just think the players are better, for sure. The matchups to me are not, and I think I'm not properly crediting the Cleveland defense because I don't think they're going to be real this week against Kansas City. I think Kansas City is just going to be Kansas City, and they're still going to score 30+ points. So.
Well,
so
our decisions have been made.
Yeah, that's everybody, right?
That is all of the matchups. So listen, going forward,
I'd ask you to pick somebody season long who you think is going to win the championship. That seems like a dumb question.
Seems like don't try. I'll pick it right now.
Yeah, who are you going to pick?
I'll do it right now. I am going to pick to win the entire championship.
Are you actually putting effort into this? Or you're not just going to pick yourself? He's already beaten, boys. We got him. He doesn't even believe in himself.
I'm processing. All
That's why I asked you. It's a dumb question. You already think you're not going to win the league before a single down?
Listen. That would be hubris. I would never do that.
Taking water damage.
That's how you. It's my favorite kind of damage. I would say. Wow, this is tough. This is a really tough one. I don't know. I think the change in waivers.
Change in waivers.
Really evens the playing field for everybody.
Maybe.
It's still. You still have to put in the waiver, right? You're not just going to get a guy.
All right, here. Let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
Which week 1 matchup does the champion come from? That way, I'll give you a little added. You got 2 teams. You know what I mean?
Give me an extra 20% on my guess.
Yeah, but it might be easier to To me, I'm looking at this Dan Craig matchup, just going, these 2 teams look like they got legs. I see legs out of these 2 teams. Now,
let me look.
I didn't say anything about hubris. It's coming from the me Travis matchup, but
Listen, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win the whole thing.
I mean, of course we don't know who's gonna win the whole thing, but
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do a prediction. Who's gonna make it to the championship? How about that?
All right, championship. Okay.
I am gonna make it to the championship.
Who are you playing?
And in standard fashion, I am going to lose.
Second place only.
Always. 2. This is a really tough one.
Checks in the mail.
Well, listen. If history has shown us anything, you might not even make the playoffs. So
might not. If history has shown us anything, I'm not making the playoffs. Just saying. Hold on. Easy there, guy who I beat in the consolation championship last season.
Listen.
Slow your roll.
Listen. Last year doesn't count. It was a fever dream. That doesn't matter.
Hey,
Man,
right, it
who
was
do
a
I
fever
lose to?
dream. Well, I have a Camaro scored 6 on Christmas Day, fever W.
Who do I lose to? I don't know. Listen, all I'm gonna predict this far is I will make it to the championship and I will lose to someone.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
think that's good enough for me.
All right, so it's gonna be me. All right, cool.
Oh, all right.
I like Greg. I
You,
rode the Greg
you like
bus all season long last season.
you like Greg?
I think Greg will represent himself in the championship. I don't know who it'll be against. I'll say against me, and I'll say he loses. But I like
Wow.
Greg's team. I said that. Draft night.
Mm.
Man, I mean, injuries are going to play such a big role. We already know that. They always
Absolutely.
do.
These teams could be
Can't predict
wildly different.
Teams are going to be
2 weeks
different on Monday morning, that's for sure.
Sure. Absolutely. No one can predict. But listen, that will wrap up our week 1 review. Thank you for joining us. I hope you appreciate all the extra production
Value.
that was put into this. I don't know if we'll do cams every single week, but maybe we'll try to sprinkle in some guests. Make it a little show. Well, listen,
Gotta engage the viewers.
I'm all set here. Signing off.
Signing off
Good
for
night.
now. We will see you guys next week.